In this episode, we get great visibility in places that we normally can't even dive. We're diving the tropical waters off the coast of West Africa in a country called Sierra Leone, diving around an island chain called the Banana Islands. We're chasing African cubera as our target of choice. We're joined by a seasoned local diver and dive into deep depths chasing these fish. And our guest diver takes us to an incredible place, an 18th century shipwreck with cannons and anchors. This is Sierra Leone Spearo. My name's John Campbell. Welcome to the episode. Dawn breaking, and we're getting ready to set out. We've got waiting for a buddy. We got a guest diver with us today. Isam is a Lebanese friend of mine that's born and raised here and has been diving here since he was a kid. And so waiting for him, and we'll shove off. See you on the water. Sun coming up. You can just start to see that sun peeking out over the clouds, and we are excited. We're at a spot halfway between the mainland and Banana Island that is never clean. We just pulled up and we can see the bottom, not in crazy deep water, it's about 30 feet. And we saw jacks and we saw fish from the boat. So here's hoping it's gonna be a good day. Michael takes the first drop as we near this first spot. It's a more modern shipwreck. He can see some barracuda right as he drops, but we don't land right on the shipwreck.
We're not on structure yet, but there's a bunch of cuda and a bunch of stuff. Yeah? Yeah. We'll have one person with the hand on the boat and we'll just rotate. What's that? No, I think we're a little bit off of it. I went a little bit.
When you see the wreck, go straight up the wreck. Straight up. That's where you're going to
Kind of missed the structure, didn't we?
Right now.
Sorry.
I saw a group of this one, man.
It's kind of fitting. Isam hadn't been diving in a while, but he was able to draw first blood with this this snapper.
There you go, guys. Heck yeah.
This is a more modern shipwreck. It's a fishing trawler, steel hull fishing trawler. I'm not sure exactly when it sank, but it is never this clear. This is the first time I've ever seen this wreck in its entirety, and you can see big winch cables there. You can see this container right here is still full of rope or cable or something. It's a really cool wreck, and I was a little bit surprised. Often we see lots of African cubera on this wreck, and there was not as much life as I was expecting. And I don't know if that was just a viz or low current. This day we had really low current, but this was just an amazing day to dive. The water visibility was incredible. There was still lots of life on this, and I'm gonna this is a long clip. I'm gonna let it play out, but it's a really cool dive. I almost shoot this permit, but I'm glad I don't.
Michael, bad shot. Quick. Michael, need another gun. You want to shoot him again?
I'm not sure Ice even heard me call him over, but he was already swimming down to put a second shot in this fish. What was really cool, I think this is probably one of the only times that I can remember shooting a fish that didn't know I was there. Usually the fish are ultra aware of their surroundings, and they come in to check you out. They sense your presence and they come in and check you out. I was kind of tucked in that little area right there in between the wreck, and I think maybe one of the other divers spooked him and he was coming by really quickly and had no idea was there. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool dive.
Teamwork, buddy, that's it.
That's not a bad shot, bro. Good.
Let's hit that. Let's hit that again.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy go back here. We'll put him in an ice bag.
He ain't bad.
No, he ain't. Well, I'd say he'll keep. We'll throw him in the ice bag and see if we can go find his bigger brother. Always looking for the bigger brother. All right.
I don't know about you boys, but I got dinner. I said, I don't know about you boys, but I got dinner. Well, they're here. And I said they're here. Yeah.
Those two fish you saw on camera, and Ice also got one, were at a new spot. We moved away from that wreck, and this is a place we call John's Rock. And the visibility may not look very good, but this is actually really incredible. This spot is in between the mainland and Banana Island, and underwater it's like a mountain range, and because of this kind of pinch point between the mainland and the island, you get these huge current flows through there, and it just stirs up all the silt, and you often can't see here at all. We call it spearfishing by braille. You dive down and you can barely see the end of your gun. You can hear these big fish tail striking all around you, but to line up on one is just about impossible. We always check because we know there's always fish here. As you can see, awesome fish life on this spot. Today the visibility was good enough that we were able to harvest some fish here. It's pretty cool.
There's life if you want to take a crack at 88.
You could hear Michael on the video. Says there's life at 88 feet. We have run from that other spot to a new spot, and this one's a little bit deeper. This is a really cool underwater pinnacle. The top of the pinnacle's about 70 feet, and it drops down to 150 feet on the sides. This spot I'm diving is about halfway. It's about 88 feet to the bottom here, and I kind of missed most of the structure, kind of land out in the sand, and I see some snapper off in the distance here, but they give me the tail wag and head off in the distance. I don't think I've got a chance. So I've still got some bottom time looking around, and I'm like hoping maybe they'll come back, and they do. That guy got probably within a foot of my spear. I don't like taking the head-on shot. It's a bit of a risky shot. You can often bounce off. These African cubera have really thick, hard scales, and I've shot them sometimes even at close range, and the spear can bounce off those thick scales. So I don't like to take that head-on shot if I don't have to.
Not a massive, but dude, that guy almost climbed onto my spear. They were super skittish when I first went down.
On this drop, I start noticing these snapper up in the water column before I even hit the bottom. I'm able to take a shot on this guy and get kind of that top-down shot, which also is not favorable. I really like that broadside shot if I can get it, but I felt comfortable taking this one. But I did almost miss this fish. As always, we dispatch and bleed the fish as soon as we get in our hands to preserve the meat quality.
Watch the guns in the water somewhere. Bunch of cuda, but that was the biggest one that I saw. Oh man.
Got a dive countdown, so hold your breath with me on this one if you want to. This dive is also in that about 85-foot range, and see if you can tell the difference. After I shoot this fish, I realize it's a different species than the African cubera. These are all African red snapper. They're a little bit longer and skinnier, and they've got a deeper red instead of brown color from the cubera.
This one's a red.
Yeah, that's a long grouper.
That's a really?
Now, I couldn't believe what happened next. Ice asked us if we had ever seen this 18th century wreckage, and we said, what? And he took us to this spot. It was absolutely incredible. So there was probably maybe 30 of these cannons. These are all cannons. You can see they've been here a while. Weathered well and lots of barnacles. But I mean, they are very, very obviously cannons from a ship. And also these huge anchors. I was blown away.
That anchor's huge.
There was a date on it, 1776.
Wow. Here, Michael, dive on this one. I want to have something for perspective. You can't tell how big this thing is. It's massive.
You gotta see this one.
Okay, I'll come check it out.
This also gives you a perspective just of these anchors are probably 15 to 16 feet tall, 10 to 12 feet wide, and those shovels are 2 to 3 feet around. I mean, I can't even imagine the size of the boat that required these anchors, and then just the ability to lift and store an anchor like this on a boat, a wooden boat, is absolutely incredible. And the 1776 is what I said he heard on a National Geographic show about this wreck.
It's amazing. Huge. There's like a half rusted one right here. You see this one?
Ice speculates that this was a few Portuguese vessels that had to come into the island to make repairs, get timber, and for some reason had to offload weight, and so decided to dump all these cannons and anchors at this location. Since Isam had taken us to that cool spot, we decided to take him to one of our cool spots, this little swim through. Probably as cool as the 18th century shipwreck. I don't know, you decide. In the end, it was an epic day of spearfishing, exploring, and just hanging out with friends, enjoying just the awesome underwater world that few get to explore.